guys get ready to get up for our guest comic of the evening? He's come to us from Montgomery, right? Washington. Oh, okay, I thought you said Montgomery. We give it up for Mr. A. Ron Wade, everybody!
What's going on? They put me first in case I bomb real bad. You got 2 hours left of comedy. I think you'll be all right. I'm Aaron Wade. I grew up in Plainville. Grew up in the country. Where's my country people at? You give a hoot? All right. Okay. Now correct me if I'm wrong. This is how the country looks. And if y'all don't know it, you guys can back me up on this. We got beautiful pastures, gravel roads, empty beer cans, naked people. And I gotta tell you something about the empty beer cans. That's how the naked people ended up out there in the first place. And we had fun out there. It's just beautiful out there in the country. I'm learning some Spanish. Who knows some Spanish in here? Okay. With my new job, this woman came up to me and said, "Chico gordo, tiene un moco nariz." And I turned to my buddy, he speaks Spanish and English at the same time as a translator, and I said, "Oh my gosh, she's hitting on me. What should I say next?" And he said, "Dude," she says, "fat boy got a booger in his nose." And it's a good thing I didn't ask. I thought she was talking about my butt, and I was going to ask him how to say, "You want to say it wiggle?" How are you going to turn that? I grew up with a really bad learning disability, struggled in school, got bullied and picked on a lot when I was younger. And I decided that I wanted to do something good with my life. And in high school, I started studying real hard and got valedictorian in my senior class, even with my learning disability. I want you to know anything's possible, especially because I was the only one that graduated. They had to give it to me. You have no idea how hard it is to work so hard for your life and to get it handed to you anyway. All that hard work for nothing. I mentioned to this group right over here, I am 90% deaf, completely deaf in my left ear. My wife says I just don't pay attention to my right ear. Yeah, to give you an example of how deaf I am, this is a true story. My wife and I was laying in bed one night, and she farted real long. I actually asked her what she said. I was pretty embarrassed, and I finally figured out she was just talking shit. Okay, that's going better than I thought. I gotta be honest, it's a lot harder to do this without notes. Let's see, doctor said the medication would do this, make me forget. Shoot, I even had an Alzheimer's joke and I forgot what it was. Give me a minute, my brain will come back around here. Talk about performing under pressure. Speaking of my learning disability, growing up, I had a pretty hard life with a learning disability. I watched a lot of kids fall in love, and turned out the only person that ever had feelings for me was the dentist. Dr. Walker, it's good to see you. I gotta apologize, I'm running late for my appointment. It's been 12 years. I need to come back. Oh, see, being deaf, they put me with hearing aids, and sometimes it's really hard to get them set. Anybody ever had hearing aids, been around hearing aids, and they make a high-pitched noise? That's because of frequency. If you don't put it in your ear right, and you know what I'm talking about. If you don't put it in your ear right, it can make a really high-pitched sound. And I was having trouble with mine one day. I was in Walmart, and I was fiddling around with it, and this woman behind me was getting mad. And she said, she tapped me on the shoulder and says, But you turn them daggone things off. Every time you turn them on, all they do is squeal. I said, well, you'd squeal too if I turned you on.
Oh.
I told you I'm 1% dirty and 99% clean. I want to introduce you to my wife. Never mind. She's sitting right back there in the back at the comic table. It's Leslie Wade. We've been happily married for 2 years. Thank you. Something else coming up that's special. January 2nd, we'll be married 9 years total. I ran that joke by her before I said it. So, when I took her out for her first date, we went out to a really fancy, authentic Mexican restaurant in Washington. I don't know if anybody's been at Washington. They got really excellent Mexican food, very authentic. And every year, because it's so special to us, we go back to that same Taco Bell for our anniversary. And anybody, where's my PlayStation fans? Anybody Call of Duty? Call of Duty? I play Call of Duty Taco Bell. It's where you eat Taco Bell outside of your hometown and you try to make it home before duty calls. I've got to be honest, I've never won that game yet. We're having a yard sale coming up. I'm going to take all the pants that I ruined for Taco Bell, and I'm going to put them, I'm going to mark them down real cheap, and I'm going to advertise huge blowouts. Pike County is where I did my very first open mic at the Moose Lodge. And I was feeling really confident. I was on my way home, and I said, honey, what was your favorite part of my set? And she said lovingly, she said, when you shut up and got off stage. So last story I want to tell, I'm glad I worked my way through this, and thanks y'all for laughing along, I really appreciate this. I did a sermon for my pastor when he was gone, and after the sermon, it was prayer time. It was supposed to be real quiet. And so I seen this gorgeous woman sitting on the side, sun shining through the stained glass window. She is absolutely stunning. And I whispered to my uncle, I said, look at that good looking woman on the side. If I was her, I'd be all over me in a heartbeat. He turned and said, if I was you, I'd shut your microphone off. That's all I've got. You guys have been great. Thanks for laughing along with me. I had a really great time. Let's keep this show rolling. You can put this back.
So, how do you think he did? This is his first time working with our company. He's talking about Spanish people. Real quick, I got a quick thing here. I work with Spanish-speaking folks too.